Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now I'm going to relate an incident that happened from the 17th of July last year, 2023. But the only reason why I'm bringing it up now is because the mother of the victim is trying to bring a wrongful death case against the Jamaica Constabulary Force and against the Jamaican government. And because of the many implications to deal with that case, if it comes forward, I've decided to bring it here, let everybody know, and I'm going to break it down. What you guys understand about me, when it comes to my channel. I don't just scratch the surface of any topic. I go extremely deep. As you might notice, other bloggers may bring 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different situations in one video. I can only bring one case at a time because I break it down, I dissect it, I analyze it, put it back together in a cohesive and rational and draw it to a rational conclusion. One cannot do that if one is going in a topic for 20, 30 seconds or even 2 minutes. And here is one. There is always something to learn from my post, There's always something to learn. And there is a positive message. There's a profound message to be learned from this if you can stick with this video to the end. Trust me, you will be a lot wiser because one of the main reasons why I'm on this blog is to teach. You mustn't come to my page and leave the same way you entered. You must leave with more power because knowledge is power. Anyway, guys, let's get into the story. On Monday, July 17th, 2023, at about, minutes to 7, police intercepted a white Toyota Fielder on the Red Ground Main Road in Westmoreland, Negril. Police claimed that shot was fired at them from the vehicle and they fired back and 2 men were killed. The men who died in the incident were 25-year-old Shane Grandison and 40-year-old Richard Mosley. They call him Tupac. Both of these men were from the Red Ground district. Well, based on everything that everybody knows, Shane Grandison, the 25-year-old, was a decent fellow. He is from a decent family. He is a businessman. He is a very upstanding member of the community in which he exists. He is a businessman. He runs the family business, and he is he's also a student of UTech. Strictly speaking, to the best of everybody's knowledge, and I really believe that he has nothing to do with badness. Now, his mother, Ingrid Grandison, is the one who is bringing the lawsuit for unlawful death against the Jamaica Constabulary and against the Jamaican government. And I have a problem with it, and I'm going to tell you guys why. But before I do, let me tell you about the other victim. The other man who died was 40-year-old Richard Mosley. Everybody call him Tupac. Now, Tupac was a one-man crime wave. At the time of his death, he was on murder charge and he was on gun charge and shooting with intent charge. One of the offenses was committed before and then he committed the other one, and when he was captured for the first one, he got bail, and he committed the other gun offense and got bail again and was back on the road. This man, Mosley, or Tupac, let's for short just say Tupac. Tupac's name had been called up on several murders, and I mean something like 8 or 9 murders or shooting within the Negril area, and a lot of these happens in his own area of Red Ground. Now, for time, I'm going to just tell you guys about 2. The 25th of December 2022, that's Christmas Day. 34-year-old Floyd Walter, them call him Bragadap, of Hideaway Lane in Negril, which is part of Red Ground. In Westmoreland, he was men kick off his door to his house and shot him at about 7:20 p.m. in the night. Tupac was said to be the one who carried out that act. It is said that Floyd Walters, Bragadap, he was a businessman. He owned a cook shop on the Hip Strip, somewhere there. And Tupac was trying to extort him and wanted a certain amount of money from him for Christmas. And Bragadap decided, say, no, me not giving you. And him say, all right, you now live for see Christmas or you now live for see New Year, and threaten him. Bragadap now didn't give in. So the man said, all right, you now live for see the end of Christmas. Just on Christmas, in the evening of Christmas Day, him come shut up the man and kill him just because the man never want mind no long seed man. There's another incident that happened on the 7th of September 2022 where 4 persons were shot, 2 fatally right in Red Ground, Negril there. Out of the 4 who were shot, 2 died. One was 23-year-old Orlando Evans, who is from that same Red Ground community, and 34-year-old Winston Casanova of a Negril address, which is in an adjoining community to Red Ground. The men were at a bar, just having some fun and just drinking, and they come for some of the men, for 2 of the men, and they just shot up and didn't care wantonly, and 4 got shot. However, we are not quite clear the reason why those particular men were targeted, or if all of them were part of the whole scheme that he came for. But they just pulled up in the car and just shot and just went. And he was identified as one of the shooters. Now, I'm not sure if any of these 2 murders or these shootings were ones that he was on bail for. But it just goes to show how the system slack. That's this man who is a cold-blooded murderer and who is responsible for multiple homicides are just getting bail. To be frank, when the police realized that Shane Grandison, the good guy, was actually in the car, the police were really shocked. And they were really sorry because they never expected to find him in the car with this old dirty Krasmite. Actually, the police had tried to kill Tupac 2 days before. He was at a bar and the police pulled up, 2 sets of police pulled up in plain clothes. And they were cruising out the bar. It looked like somehow somebody, but they didn't want to just shoot him in a crowd. They were waiting until he left. But it's like, for somehow, the police were spotted. Some people seem to pick up that the police were there. And him just take back fence on them. Because when the police waited till in the wee hours and then go inside there, he was not there. But they knew he was there because police was in there and saw him. But they just didn't want to take him on right there in the crowd to go get to complicate matters. In terms of eyewitnesses and all of that. So he escaped. So he knew they were after him because this man, this Krasmite, was a thorn in their sides. He was a one-man crime wave and they wanted to get rid of him. And the police were willing to use any means necessary. Him did a go on too bad. Well, they cruised out his house, have somebody who was feeding them information and they wanted to know where he was or when he drove in or drove out so they could pin him down to get rid of him. Him pick up the rake, him never travel alone after that night when he escaped over the back fence. He either stay in his house or have somebody travel with him. Now, on that particular day in question, he went to pick up a girl who was supposed to travel with him, a girl who worked as at the front desk of a hotel in Negril. But for some reason, she wasn't able to come with him at the time. So what did he do? He went and to find somebody else. And who did he find? Shane Grandison. All along, what Tupac was looking, was a human shield. Somebody to always be with him at all time, who could bear witness if the police come, so that they could actually deter the police, or bear witness if the police tried to hurt him. So he went and he called out Shane Grandison and tell him, say, one go down pan a spot, Ray, come with me, come with me. And Shane didn't really want to go, but then I'm bridging and him say, all right, let him go with him. And the police were waiting, heard that he drove out, and he was on his way to a certain place. And the police knew he had to pass on that main road. So they lay wait him. At the time, he was alone in the car. So they didn't realize that he had stopped and picked up Shane Grandison. By the time they reached the place for the ambush, it was just 10 minutes to 7. That means a night black. Sundown is at 5 something. And now was 10 to 7. So there is no way they could have told that Shane Grandison was in the vehicle. But when they see the vehicle pass, another person spot the vehicle. They had a spotter who spot the vehicle and say, yes, him X point, him coming now. The next vehicle come around the corner is him. So from the vehicle come, them just start light it up. Them not take no chance, them just light up the vehicle. They were well prepared. And when the smoke was cleared, literally and figuratively, they realized that Shane was a victim. Now, virtually all the police knew Shane. They were very popular inside in the community. Shane's father, who had died about 2 years before, was also popular in the community. Everybody knew them because they owned tour buses, they owned villas, they owned a lot of stuff, and they were big in the tourism industry. It was a well-known family, and I'm quite sure every policeman regretted that Shane Grandison died in that incident, including myself. But let us get one thing clear. We have a saying in Jamaica, and it goes like this. You lie with dogs, you rise with flea. And I said that to say this. Shane Grandison and his father and his mother and the entire family had more than a passing acquaintance with this Tupac. He was like a part of the family. They have known him for years and they have entertained him. When Shane's father died, it was this same Krasmite, Tupac, who helped with the grave digging. And it was he who got the band from Westmoreland to come and play at the setup or at the Nine Night. I don't remember which one. The mother buy ticket to any event that he is keeping. So the family was very, very comfortable with him. So they knew he was a gunman. They knew he was a murderer. They knew he was on the Westmoreland Most Wanted list. They knew he was wanted and was in cases in court for murder and for shooting with intent. And they still associated with him extremely close. Now, if you can't be entertaining and being associated, so closely associated with an old Krasmite, and then when your son dead, along with him now, you start ball about unlawful killing and all of that. No. As far as I'm concerned, Shane Grandison is responsible for his own death. And you, Enid Grandison, were part and parcel of the orchestration, albeit inadvertently, of how and why your son got the brutal death that he got. So you can't come now and go on like it's all the government's fault. You know what can happen to you when you go foul roost. You can't come and complain when you come out with a lot of crap on your head or your shoulders. For those who have listened to me speaking about such things, you know that with the Brayton incident, where 7 young men were executed in a house where there was only one gunman. I tell you, I never sorry or cared that they got executed. And here is the reason why. You lie with dogs, you ride with flea. If you're not into certain things, don't go around the people who are involved in it. Shane set up himself, and you helped set him up. The day after the incident happened, the whole community stood behind Ingrid Grandison at the Negril police station, and they were having a demonstration. Well, I don't see anything wrong with having that demonstration, But say the the one who washed the bloody clothes for the boy, the next one, mother. She named Joanna Young. She came there and was piggybacking on the goodness of the goodness of the Grandison family and trying to say it's murder for both of them. And this was what she told the Gleaner at the time. Them just shoot him and carry him, go throw him down a sub and talk about him a gunman, but him never have no gun pan him. Him is just a jovial person. The only thing him do, him sell him little ganja, him is just a ganja man. So there was no shootout. Lady, get over it. Your son can have case of court for shooting and murder and all kind of sitting, and you say him never have no gun pan him? So you fi stay at your house or wherever you there and say him never have no gun pan him. Lady, you know wash the bloody clothes? Should have you in the car instead of Shane Grandison? Because the only thing wrong with Shane Grandison is that he was misguided and stupid. Mrs. Ingrid Grandison, I know you're hurting and I can understand what it is like to lose a child. And I sympathize with you. But I would suggest you drop these legal matters. If you really love your son and honor your son and want to cherish his memories, the thing to do is not to try to get some compensation or to paint the police in a bad light. The police were just doing their duty. A few pick me wrong, are you wrong for entertaining him? Accept what you have done wrong, lady. Your way, I think that the way you should go about now in cherishing your son's memories is to start some kind of a foundation. You have the millions of dollars, can do it. You pay somebody to go into schools and to teach children, stay out of badness, but stay out of bad company. In fact, you yourself should go into the schools and say, be good, because what happened to that charismite can happen to you. And what happened to your son can happen to a decent young man if he mixed with the wrong crowd. That way, your son's memory can live on and it will have a positive effect on the youths coming up and prevent such an incident from recurring. Tarnishing the name of the police force who were trying to save lives by taking out this charismite. Because let us think about it, At least a dozen shooting incidents and maybe as many lives has been saved since this piece of charismite dead. The same piece of charismite that you have entertained and hung up over the years. Lady, accept your role you play, and if you love your son as much, let that be the driving force. Let this be a lesson that you can go out and teach people and tell other man and say, don't make your belly happy burn you the way mine burn you. Don't make your womb happy tremble and shake the way it happened to you, and guide them the right way. And that is the best way for you to ensure that the memory of your son lives on. Name that foundation after your son and keep it going and help save lives, and be baptized in this new compensation of not keeping friends with charismite, and this world will be a better place. Thank you very much. Guys, like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.